It's about to go down. NBA free agency begins tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. I am Will Scott. Welcome in to Celtics Today. The Celtics are expected to be aggressive in free agency. They, of course, have already made some moves this offseason, but they are not done. I'm interested to see who they end up signing. Maybe sign someone as early as tonight. We're going to be live on our Chat Sports main channel breaking down all the latest signings, maybe some trades. So be sure to subscribe and join us. That is the sub link right there, youtube.com/chatsportstv. We're going live 2 hours before free agency begins at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Hope to see you there. Again, that's a sub link to our main channel, and that link is available in the comments and the description of today's video. Now, who do you want the Celtics to sign in free agency? We're going to see them linked to a lot of guys, but who do you want to sign in free agency? Let me know down in the comment section. How about Torrey Craig? Bleacher Report naming Craig, the former Phoenix Sun, as a potential Celtics target in NBA free agency. Here's what they said about the fit potentially. Boston already made a huge splash when it acquired Kristaps Porzingis in a trade. Now it should be looking to fill out the rotation with wings, presumably on minimum contracts. Who can fit into a sometimes positionless scheme with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum? Torrey Craig is a multi-positional defender in that salary range who shot 39.5% from deep in 2022-2023. They can look at the stats here for Craig, who could be a key part of the Celtics bench if they were to bring this guy to Boston. 7.4 points per game, 5.4 rebounds per game. Decent shooter at 45.6% from the field, 39.5% from three-point range. Now, do you think the Celtics should sign Torrey Craig? Type S for sign or type P for pass. Down in the comments section, go down, let me know. Do you think the Celtics should sign Torrey Craig? The Celtics have got to add defenders. I agree with Bleacher Report saying that. We heard Malcolm Brogdon after the Celtics lost the Heat saying that, this team was known for its defense before I got here. Now, after this past season, I think we look back for the defense as maybe the reason we didn't win it all. Celtics have got to get better defensively this offseason. You lose Marcus Smart. That was tough, especially for your defense. You got to get some defenders. I think Torrey Craig could be a really good fit, and he'd probably be pretty cheap. Shifting gears now to Grant Williams. I think that is the big storyline right now when you're talking about the Boston Celtics. What is going to happen with Grant Williams, who's been a Celtic his entire four-year career thus far, but certainly could get moved pretty soon. So I should say Cleveland.com reports that the Cavs are monitoring the Grant Williams situation, and they view Grant Williams as a potential target here during free agency. Here is what Cleveland.com had to say about Grant Williams potentially going to Cleveland. Cedi Osman's expiring contract, combined with some added salary filler and future second-round picks, could be appealing to a cap-strapped organization in a possible sign-and-trade deal that would allow the Cavs to sign Williams for more than mid-level exceptions, similar to what they did a few years ago with Lauri Markkanen. I think Cleveland.com is right. This is what a Grant Williams trade would look like. Probably a role player going back to Boston and some second-round picks as well. I don't think the Celtics are going to get a first for Grant Williams, so I think maybe future second-round picks, which we all know after the draft last week, Brad Stevens loves future second-round picks after all those trades. And then maybe a guy like Cedi Osman as well. Taking a look at the numbers here for Osman, 8.7 points per game last season. You look at these numbers, they're somewhat similar to Grant from a scoring perspective. 2.3 rebounds per game, 1.5 assists per game. He shot 45.1% from the floor. Now, do you want Cedi Osman in a deal for Grant Williams? Type Y for yes or type N for no down in the comment section. It appears that the Cavs are emerging here as a possible fit for Grant Williams. If they do want to do a sign-and-trade, Cedi Osman, who has 1 year left on his deal after the team picked up that option for next year in Cleveland, could be going back to Boston that deal. Type Y for yes or type N for no. Do you want Cedi Osman? Here's what Brian Robb, who's basically the Woj of Boston, said about the Grant Williams rumors. This guy knows his stuff. In the meantime, a few things are evident. One, the Celtics aren't going to lose Grant Williams without compensation as a restricted free agent if they can afford to. Two, Grant Williams' free agent market may not be as pricey as he may have hoped. Three, the Celtics are going to need another rotation big to replace Williams if he leagues. Taxpayer mid-level may be an option here. We'll talk more about Williams in a second, but first, make sure you subscribe to the channel. It's my last day on the job here at Chat Sports, man. I've enjoyed covering the Celtics. I'm going to miss you guys, but they're still going to have you covered here at Chat Sports with Celtics news, Celtics rumors, getting you guys videos throughout free agency. So make sure you hit that subscribe button below and turn on your notifications. It's the best way to stay in the loop with the C's. Here are my top 5 destinations for Grant Williams, just based on the teams that I've seen linked. I think he's a Dallas Maverick. Producer Tex, he's a Mavs fan. I think Grant Williams is going to your Dallas Mavericks. The Cleveland Cavaliers as well. After that report from Cleveland.com, I could see him going to Cleveland. The Houston Rockets, just because the Rockets are going after literally everybody. I wouldn't be surprised if I got a call from the Rockets. They want to sign everybody. I don't think the Rockets should call me because I can't really shoot. The Spurs and then the Pacers as well. The Spurs, you know, they're going to want to build somewhat of a team around Wembanyama. They have some cap space to work with. And then the Pacers are another team that we saw linked. And you might be saying, Will, what about the Kings? We've heard a lot about the Kings. Why are they not on this list? Well, the Kings have extended Harrison Barnes. So I think it makes it unlikely that they will pursue Grant Williams after that news that we heard yesterday. Where do you think Grant Williams plays in 2023? Let me know down in the comments section. Where do you think Grant is going to play this next season? I'd love a scenario where he stays in Boston. I don't think that's very likely at this point. Again, after the Porzingis deal, everyone's kind of assuming that Grant is gone. But the Celtics, like Brian Robb said, they don't want to lose him for nothing. They want to get something back in return. So, and you know, they kind of have the power here because he's a restricted free agent. Any offer he gets, they can match. So that's where a sign and trade could potentially come into play here when you're talking about Grant. But apparently Grant wants, let's say, more than $15 million per year. I don't think he's going to get that. A lot of teams believe he's going to fit with that $12.4 million mid-level exception. But the Williams situation is what I'm watching most today. I don't think the Celtics are going to make another huge splash today like they did for Porzingis last week. They could make a minor signing or two, but the Grant Williams situation is what I'm tuned into the most today. Celtics fans, I really appreciate you guys, man. It's been a blast covering the C's. I've had so much fun covering this team and getting to connect with a lot of you. I'm happy we finally got to do some watch parties so I could get to interact with you on live shows. But thank you so much for your support of the channel. I ask that you will continue to support the channel. Again, the Chat Sports team going to have you covered here throughout free agency, so make sure you stay subscribed. But thank you all, and go C's. This has been Will Scott signing off of Celtics Today.